So McKinley, you're the founder of Project sWish. Can you tell us about that, the project that you're working on right now currently?
Yeah, so Project Swish is a nonprofit. You hear Swish, obviously, you hear basketball. We're a nonprofit devoted to using basketball to combat violence in the city. And I feel like with me developing that foundation, I have like the targeted audience for who we need to get the vaccine right now for the lowest rates of the vaccine, and those are my peers. And I'm just kind of taking my reach and just kind of spread the message about getting the vaccine, the importance of getting the vaccine. I know with us not having a vaccine around, during the pandemic, we weren't able to. I wasn't able to do my job. I wasn't able to combat the violence using basketball. I wasn't able to get the kids off the street. So I want to encourage every one of the shorties in my program to get the vaccine, but also all of my peers to get the vaccine, to get the world back to normal so I can continue to do my job.
And McKinley, how important is that work? We know obviously the Delta variant being out there, there are a number of people that are unfortunately passing away due to this virus. How important is the work that you are doing right now?
I mean, it's super important, right? It's my only job. It's the job I took right out of college. So, there are a million things that people want to do at 21, at 22, and but this has been my priority. This has been my focus. So it's super important to me,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm just pushing this thing so hard.
And what moved you to get vaccinated?
Well, for one, I just couldn't, say that I was a leader in the community and not be able to do my job, right? When I had to do my job and then encourage other people to help me do my job. Chicago violence hit me a lot hard. I mean, really hard personally. I mean, often. And I know what that does to people, as far as mental health goes. I know what that does to people as far as physical health goes. And I wanted to like avoid that pain for a lot of other kids in Chicago. So in order for me to do my job, I wanted everybody to be vaccinated so we can get back out there and get the guys off the streets.
Yeah, right now we know that's obviously so important. A lot of stuff happening in your city. But when you got the vaccination, how did you feel? I know when I got it, I just had a little bit of arm pain. But how did you feel? And how do you want to help others make that same decision?
I felt fine, right? I'm 24. I'm pretty healthy. I might have any concerns going into it, and I didn't feel anything afterwards. Maybe like a little slight headache or something, but that could have been from my mom yelling at me. So I don't really know exactly what the side effects could be because I didn't really experience any of them. And that's what I wanted to encourage the people as well. Especially like my peers, younger, healthy people. They have nothing to be worried about. Not saying that you have anything to be worried about if you're not young and healthy, but from my perspective, I had no issues whatsoever. So, for as far as my peers go, or athletes that are in my foundation, or other people in Chicago who may have concerns, I didn't experience any side effects.
You talk about a black mama always trying to get somebody together. it's a but I want to ask you this. When talking to younger black and brown Americans about getting vaccinated, how should health officials or other influencers speak to this demographic so that they can also roll up their sleeve? Because they say sometimes we're just talking in one ear and it's going out the other, but how do you make that message stick?
To be real with you, I like this approach of having, influencers, and I didn't even know that I was an influencer. I just thought I was running, a pretty cool nonprofit here. But I like the idea of having peers have the conversation with other peers. Just as I told you about my mom. My mom could tell me a million things, but when she tells my friend to tell me, it gets delivered a little better. So I like this approach right now, and I think it's going to take a little time for people to see that, there aren't any, negative results that come from it. The conspiracy theories are out there, and I just give it some time; those will die down. I mean, I know in the past, though, people have had issues of trusting, the government with medicine and stuff like that. But I feel like the time that we're in right now, technology is at its best, medicine is at its best, and that's why I was comfortable taking it.
Yeah. And I'm looking at you on this billboard right now. What a positive influence that you are having on your city. You touched on this a little bit earlier, talking about how it's been plagued with gun violence. But what does it feel like for you to be able to represent your city in a way that showcases something positive?
I love Chicago, right? The moment I could get out of college, I went to college in Cincinnati. I ran back to Chicago, even with me only being 4 hours away. I would use my weekends to drive home to Chicago. So being able to be here and enjoy my time and be in a positive light, I couldn't ask for anything more. So I'm grateful to be in this position right now.
Yeah, I'm sure your city is loving on you as well. So what about, for young viewers listening who may be hesitant to get the vaccine, what would you say to them? How can you give them a peace of mind that it's okay to get vaccinated? What would you say?
I feel like we could put, a lot of words together to make people feel comfortable, but it really just took my action and me doing it, right? And, I feel like I'm a leading example of me being fine after the vaccine, right? And I honestly feel like there's no other way, no better way to put it. People can have these. We can be on these interviews all the time until somebody like sees it physically in front of them and sees that there are no side effects or sees that nothing negative is going on after the vaccine. I don't really understand what the concern could be. And I know everybody's body is different and everybody's health is different, but I'm pretty much normal. I'm not in the gym every day like everybody. I don't work a traditional 9 to 5 or anything like that. I'm just a normal 24-year-old, and I feel like I'm the best person to test on.
Yeah, a
And
24-year-old
from there, I
doing
think
some.
everybody should be fine.
The 24-year-old doing some amazing work to get people safe out here and some protection. But I want to ask you before we let you go about those pictures that are behind you. Tell me about those.
So I'm happy you asked. These are two of my closest friends that passed away to gun violence. My friend on the right is Greg. He passed away in January, and my friend Julian on the left, he passed away when I was in college, my sophomore year in college. And those guys are pretty much the motivation behind the project, with Project Swish. I developed Project Swish right after I lost Julian, and I went through a little slump after I lost Greg, and I just kind of felt like I was reading our old messages and just how proud of me he was, for me to continue to push this project. So I kind of got a little more, fuel in my fire, after reading those messages. So those are my motivation behind me, and they're going to continue to be behind me every interview I get a chance to be on.
Well, I'm sure those two are looking down on you and looking at the wonderful work that you're doing and how you're still being a very, very good and best friend as they rest in peace. McKinley, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it, and good luck with this campaign.